Okay, we have something brand new from DoorDash that is breaking an email that was just sent out. You need to let me know in the live chat or the comment section if you've gotten this, because one of the key metrics is changing for you as a DoorDash Dasher. We need to know how many marketplaces is this affecting. Again, did you get this messaging? And what does this mean for dashing right now and for programs in the future, like Dasher Rewards? I'm gonna let you know in this video. My name is Mike. If this is the first time you and I are meeting, all I do is help you make money in different side hustles. Been doing gig work since 2015, coming to you from Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. Hope you're having a good day today. DoorDash changing an important Dasher metric. You know, Dasher metrics. Like when you go into your ratings tab, basically. Go into your ratings tab, that's your metrics. Here you go, here's mine, your acceptance rate. Okay, the percent of times you accept an offer versus the offers you are sent, I should say. Completion rate, the percent of times you complete an offer that you've accepted. Customer rating, pretty self-explanatory. On time or early, the percent of times you are, there you go, on time or early. And then the deliveries in your last 30 days, that's not really a measurement per se. It's just kind of a tally, right? And then your lifetime deliveries. Now we have a separate tab for shopping, but that's your general. You can see your ratings, your overall metrics. So what is changing though? Again, this is breaking. This just came across today. I'm not seeing it on their blog, their support page. So let me know if you've gotten this email, and I'll certainly follow up with you if we see a official posting on the Dasher support page. So today, this came across. It says Dasher Rewards at the top. Okay, you see that up there? It starts with Dasher Rewards, but it's not explicitly about kind of, you'll see what I mean. Anyway, it says, introducing your new on-time rates. I just showed you acceptance rate, completion rate, all that stuff. On time early is affected by this. You know what? Go into your Dasher app. What is your on-time early percent? Type it in the live chat or the comment section. I've been stuck at 84% for basically forever. So let's see what this says. Introducing your new on-time rates. We heard your feedback. The old on-time or early rating had room for improvement. You wanted to see a rating that adjusts more regularly and accounted for things that can happen on a dash. That's why starting today, okay, it's immediately live apparently, we're excited to launch the new on-time rate in your Dasher app. Okay, I just got an idea. A rating that is more responsive, transparent, and fair to Dashers like you. I got an idea. And we see your on time coming in here. Awesome. I appreciate it. I'm going to take your Q&A right after this. So hang with me with your questions. If this is live right now, you should be able to see this. Go into your Dasher app right now. Does it say on time early or does it say on time rate? Because it says starting today, if it is truly live, it's not live, at least for my profile here in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. So it's changing from what's called on time early to on time rates. Let me know if you see that change, but what is involved in that change? Let's continue. The email continues with this other details listed here. The first one saying how the new on-time rates works. The new on-time rates is based on your last 100 deliveries instead of lifetime deliveries. This means that any delivery after your 100th will replace the oldest. What does that sound like? That sounds exactly, at least similar to how they calculate acceptance rating, because acceptance rating is calculated in most marketplaces. Some, I think it's still 200, but for the most majority, it's based on your last 100 offers. It's a rolling basis. So, your most recent bumps out the oldest and it cycles that way. The rating reflects how often you complete deliveries within the expected time shown when you accept the offer. You know how you get an offer and it has all the info and it says it's like 12:15 right now, let's say, and it says delivery by 12:35, right? So I'm assuming that's got to be what that is. For batched orders, 2 or more assignments for one driver, they're treated as a single delivery. So, it doesn't matter if you have 2 or 3 drop-offs. It'll say, okay, deliver by 12:40 p.m., the last one, right? So, do the deliveries. And DoorDash is calculating how long they think it should take. And then I know you think, well, that's not always accurate, right? So if you think that way, stay tuned. Next, focus on what you can control. We care about your safety and we know life happens. That's why up to 10 late deliveries will be automatically excluded from your on-time rates to account for unpredictable challenges like, well, there you go, restaurant delays, traffic conditions, and tricky customer drop-offs. So, okay, the new on-time rate is calculated from the last 100 deliveries, no longer, you know what? That's why it never moved. I was just thinking that. I've been stuck at 84% on time or early. That's why it never moved, because it was calculated based on lifetime. So the more and more deliveries you do, it's harder to move that percent, right? Because each subsequent delivery has less of an impact. So now if it's a rolling basis on your last 100 deliveries, we'll see some actual changes on your new on-time rates. But DoorDash says, okay, just forget 10 deliveries. If you have 10 late deliveries, because things have restaurant delays, right? So they said deliver by 12:30, but I waited for 10 minutes at the restaurant and now I'm delivering at 10:40, I'm late. Based on their offer card, they'll say, okay, fine. 10 of those deliveries won't even count. If there's, what do they say? It'll be automatically excluded. Restaurant delays, traffic conditions, and tricky customer drop-offs. I couldn't find the apartment building. Access issues. I couldn't even get in the apartment building. I've had that happen. They give you a code. It doesn't work. The little iPad thing at the front door doesn't work. I called them, don't answer, text it right. So maybe there's a tricky customer drop off. So if this is based on the last 100 deliveries, it's technically, you only have to be concerned about 90 because 10 are going to be automatically excluded if you're late because of traffic. Okay, I think I got that. Let's continue. More transparency. You'll now see a breakdown of how many deliveries were on time, late, or excluded in the Dasher app. That made me think of something. In the coming months, we're also planning more updates to give you even more insight, interesting, into your ratings delivery by delivery. You know what that makes me think of is your customer ratings, because they do the same thing. You can do this, you can follow along with me. Pull up your Dasher app and then go into that, where is it? The ratings, yeah. Go into your ratings because, yep, perfect example. Because your customer ratings, they exclude things as well. They exclude stuff as well. And this is based on your 100 most recent deliveries in your ratings tab. Now, if I click on that exclusion, it says, we recognize that some deliveries may involve factors that aren't directly related to you, like long merchant wait times, merchant made a mistake on order, customer fraud, order already late when offered. So you see that exclusion right there? There you go. So it's a very similar thing here. Now they're still doing it with your ratings, but they're now doing it with lateness, which is good because I'm sitting in traffic. I'm going to be late. Construction, I'm going to be late. Restaurant, wait, I'm going to be late. I can't find the apartment. I'm going to be late. And then we also have to think about, what about extreme lateness? because that has to deal with contract violations. Okay, let's move on. Appreciate you being here, folks. This is a brand new email that just went out today. Drop a like on this video if you appreciate me bringing this to you first. My name's Mike. If you haven't subscribed, you should if you're trying to make money in this gig economy with different side hustles. If you already are, appreciate it. Let's continue through this email. So next, we got a bunch of info about questions, right? Because obviously we're going to have a lot of questions because this pertains to one of the fundamental metrics that you have as a Dasher. So this says, to get started, we've reset your rating so that you can start fresh with the new changes. To get started, we've updated your on-time rating using the new calculation, 100 most recent deliveries, not lifetime. So a little more liquid now, changing, to reflect your recent deliveries for the past 2 weeks. Check your Dasher app for your current rating. Again, check your Dasher app, click on rating. Does it still say on time early or does it say on time rates? Because that's the new verbiage, on time rates. And obviously you would have gotten this email, so check your email. Don't forget that up to 10 of your late deliveries are automatically excluded from the calculation as you get adjusted. The only thing I read from this, it says they're going to reset your rating for on-time rights. And it says using the new calculation, cool, to reflect your recent deliveries for the past 2 weeks. Why 2 weeks? Because the new calculation is based on the last 100. But I guess just for this reset, they're like, well, we're just going to do it based on the last 2 weeks. What if you only did like 8 deliveries in the past 2 weeks? Okay, interesting. Whatever, that's what they say. So, and let me know if you have that on time early still, or if it just says on time rates. Appreciate it. Frequently asked questions. This is interesting because I have questions. I'm sure you have questions. Again, stay here until the end of the video. I'll help answer your questions. How do you determine the original delivery time, right? Shown in the offer screen. I showed you I gave you that example. It's 12:15, delivered by 12:35. How do they come up with that time? The delivery time shown on the offer screen that you get is calculated to ensure Dashers can deliver orders on time and safely, considering factors like expected merchant wait times, routes, and traffic conditions and speed limits. Okay. The first thing I'm thinking of is if DoorDash's algorithm is considering all of this, merchant wait time stands out for me because if I get a Five Guys, every single time we know that thing's not even started until you get there, which is fine, freshness, right? So that should be allocated in the delivery ETA that you get on the offer card. It should, take that into consideration. But then if there's a special event would be even harder to know. If there's construction, there's that. But all of that should be considered in the delivery ETA as well. Routes, traffic conditions. Because look, there's easier things to detect. 5 p.m., it's rush hour. So DoorDash is like, okay, yeah, we're linked because they're integrated with Google Maps. The in-app nav that's integrated is Google Maps. So they'll know that data. But they're also considering merchant wait time, other conditions, right? Okay. I don't know how accurate it is, right? When is a delivery considered late? A delivery is generally considered late when it is completed past the expected time shown when you accept an offer. However, to maintain fairness and promote safe driving behavior, we continually calibrate our expected delivery times, I didn't know that, against actual delivery times in your area, and deliveries completed up to 10 minutes late may still count as on time. Interesting. Okay, number one, Did you know that the delivery ETA is it might be constantly changing? I don't know if I ever really noticed that. Because if your delivery is at 12:15, delivered by 12:35, but then they see you're at the restaurant, because obviously all the GPS data is linked. If they see you're sitting there, they know you're waiting for the offer. And then always, go into the pickup screen, click on, I forget what it is. There's a problem, report an issue, and then click on long waits. Order not started till I get here. Could not get staff's attention. There's like a few of those reasons. Click on that, especially now, because that might help the algorithm, inform itself. This Dasher's waiting. They indicated it's a long restaurant waits, a long drive-through line. That's another option. Click on those, because I'm hoping, right, it would be related to this. Now, they say it's constantly changing. I don't know if I knew that. If it's constantly changing, it makes sense, right? Like, you see that on the customer end. If there's delays, your ETA adjusts automatically on the customer end. So yeah, that makes sense. But then look, at my second point here, at the end, it says deliveries completed up to 10 minutes late may still count as on time. Now you're thinking, well, it says may still count as on time. So I want to know, is it like rarely it'll still be on time? Most of the time you'll still be on time? But you can be up to 10 minutes late and it still counts as on time. So what happens if you deliver after 10 minutes? That's going to be more of a extreme lateness contract violation. And here's another good thing. It says to maintain fairness and promote safe driving behavior, because I don't want you driving like crazy to try to hit your delivery timeline ETA. It's a good thing that the ETA automatically updates, and they're going to automatically not count 10 anyway. Okay. I'll move on here in a second, but I've never really had a huge issue with on time or early. Again, mine's hasn't changed in forever because I'm on the old calculation. I'm sitting at 84%. And that is literally me always going from point A to point B, like doing nothing else. I don't get gas. I don't get snacks when I'm on an assignment. So, and I saw your comments, a lot were even higher than that. Okay, let's move on. Why do I see different pickup by or delivery by times when I'm in the middle of, okay, that should just be about, to prioritize your safety. The pickup by and delivery by times are shown during the delivery are updated in real time based on, right, exactly what I just said, what we just read. However, as detailed above, when a delivery is considered on time or late, is based on the expected time window shown when you accepted an offer. Wait, hold on. Whether a delivery is considered on time or late is based on the expected time shown when you accepted the offer. Hold on, guys. Oh, that might be a huge unlock. Help me out with this. I'm just reading this like this is new to me too. Whoa. So did they just say that delivery times can change right here? We continually calibrate our expected delivery times. Okay, cool. So that it updates, but what really matters is the initial time. Because it says, however, whether a delivery is considered on time or late is based on the expected time shown when you accepted the offer. Again, I hope that makes sense for you. They're saying, okay, yeah, the ETAs change. A delivery is generally considered late when it's completed past the expected time. Yep, shown when you accept the offer. Oh, okay. Guys, I think we need some clarification there. Because then in the second sentence, they say, to promote safe driving, and we calibrate our expected delivery times. And yes, you can be up to 10 minutes late, but 10 minutes late, not on the calibrated delivery times, but from the time shown when you accept the offer. Literally, that's verbatim. And it's the second screen here as well. It's the time shown when you accepted the offer. But doesn't that not consider additional delays after pickup? Because if they said 12:15 delivered by 12:35, but then there's a 10-minute delay at the restaurant, their ETA is auto-calculating, but the one that matters was the initial ETA. That initial ETA did not account for a 10-minute restaurant. Am I missing something, right? Now, yes, 10 of those won't count as late because 10 of those is a buffer to when things do happen, like that 10-minute restaurant delay. That is exactly how I'm reading it. Okay. Can you give me an example for how this on-time rate is calculated? If you completed 91 on-time deliveries and 19 late deliveries, 10 of those late deliveries will be automatically excluded, and your on-time rate will be 91%. And the only reason I'm pausing there is because they said it's calculated on the last 100 completed deliveries. So if you did 91 on time and 19 late, yeah, I get it. That's 110 total deliveries. So, right, 10 of those will be excluded. So you'll have 91 out of 100. And there's your calculation rate of 91% on time. Okay. And the only reason I'm a little confused there, because what if you did some of those late deliveries that were like older deliveries, like delivery number 105, 106? I thought they're only supposed to calculate the last 100. So I get this, 91 on time. But when are those 19 late deliveries? Because again, I thought it was only supposed to reach back 100. I understand it's taking 10 of these late deliveries. Anyway, I'm probably making that more complicated than it is. Continuing. Will this impact my experience as a Dasher? Will this rating impact my experience as a Dasher? This rating aims to give Dashers like you clearer insights into your last 100 deliveries. Again, that's what I'm saying. I'm just saying, like, imagine 95 of these deliveries were on time. And then your last 10 of those were late, but those 10 were deliveries 95 through 105. You see what I'm saying? So if they're only reaching back in the last 100, wouldn't they just remove 5 of those late deliveries and not and not reach back to deliveries 100 to 105 that were late? They'll only take off deliveries 95 to 100 that were late. Okay. Oh, look at this. In the future, it may be included, oh my gosh, as part of the eligibility criteria for the Dasher Rewards program. Aha. That is a massive, massive takeaway. Please drop a like on this video, not for any news, okay? I'm just relaying the news to you. You can feel any way you want, but just for me, being the messenger, hopefully, if you can, I'd consider it. It does help out the video. Thank you. So it may be included as part of the Dasher Rewards eligibility in the future. Hold on. Do I have that graphic up? I don't have the graphic as far as what's required for Dasher rewards. So right now, it's completion rate. It is, what is it? Acceptance rate. Going into your metrics here. I just need a refresher. Here we go. Okay. Acceptance rate, completion rate, customer rating, and deliveries in the last 30 days. It's going to vary based on your marketplace, is what is involved for Dasher rewards. Okay. Sometime in the future, this may have another column that says on time rate. Now, what would it look like? Here's my guess. So if we had a column for on-time rates, that is going to be very close to completion rate. Completion rate is a percent that you actually complete, and I can see it being similar. So I would guess on time for silver would be 80%, which is it's pretty lenient. I'm at 84, and there's no reason it should be 84. I should be 94. I'm never late, really. And then gold might be 80. No, gold might be 90%. And then platinum might be 90. It's either going to be 90% as well or like 94%. I mean, they could go 95% for on time. And that's including the 10 late delivery leeway. Okay, so again, my guesses, what are your guesses? Type it in live chat or the comments. If there was an on-time requirement for Dasher rewards, what would it be for silver, gold, and platinum? I think 80% for silver. It's pretty lenient. I mean, if you're late 20% of the time, you're going to have some contract violations probably. Gold would be like 90, and then platinum would be yes. Just like this, because see how these are like mirrored, 70, 70, 95, 95. So gold and platinum might be like 90% on time. Maybe they put platinum as like 93%, 4% on time. Because again, there's a little bump here in the customer rating. Customer rating should never be an issue for you. And then you just have to do some volume, more deliveries in 30 days. Interesting. Wow, that's a huge takeaway. Okay, moving on. By the way, this is an email that was just sent out today talking about a brand new on-time rate, replacing on-time or early. Are all delivery types included in the last 100 on-time rating? No. Any offers that include shopping are not counted in the on-time rating. Do you like shop and deliver? Do you do shop and deliver? So any offer that includes shopping will not be included in the new on-time rate. Why does that kind of make sense? Because look, with your ratings, now we have overall, and now we have shopping in its own tab. So you can really, this echoes everything I've been saying in the past like 2 years-ish, whenever we first started seeing shopping, is it really is a separate vertical. There's restaurant food delivery, and then there's shopping, there's convenience, grocery. Interesting. So on time will not be included for any offer that's shopping. And that's kind of good. Why? Because shopping, there's just more variables that could happen. So one of the reasons I don't love shopping, you might like it. If it's working for you, fantastic. But just be aware with shopping, there's more likelihood of delays, item substitutions, contacting the customer, finding substitutions. Just want to let you know. Can I still receive a contract violation for a late delivery that is automatically excluded from my on-time rating? Man, that's kind of specific. Yes, while certain late deliveries may be excluded from the on-time rating, extremely late deliveries may still result in a contract violation and lead to deactivation, even if excluded from the ratings. Now, I know it's like, whoa, let's think why this might make sense. Then I'll give you the other side here. So lateness is for what? Extreme lateness. Extreme lateness, and I think they detail it coming up here, but extreme lateness is, basically anything that you're exceptionally late to either the restaurant or the drop-off. It's greater than, I guess, 10 minutes. Because 10 minutes is within the window. 10 minutes, they said, then it's going to be excluded. But here they're saying, even if it's excluded, you could get a contract violation. Let's reread this. Certain late deliveries may be excluded from the on-time rating. Extremely late deliveries, may still result in a contract violation, even if excluded. I'm trying to think, okay. If you have an extremely long restaurant wait time, the pay is ridiculous. It's cash flowing like $12+. It is $2.50 plus a mile. It's super good. You're like, it's real slow today. I'm going to wait. And it causes you to wait like 15 minutes, a long wait time, which causes you to be late to the drop off. And remember, we detailed the time that apparently really matters is the time shown on the initial offer screen. So then, let's say you're 10 minutes late. Now, you can be up to 10 minutes late for this new on-time rate. So then it gets excluded. But then you might still get a contract violation for extreme lateness. Let's continue, because my impression was extreme lateness was like even more than 10 minutes. Okay. Do I need to do anything to see this new experience? Oh, here we go. Okay. No, you can see your new rating simply by tapping into ratings in the bottom menu and then your on-time rates. If you don't see it, okay, right. So you can do that right now. If you have this, number one, check your email, because this went out via email, and then go into your ratings tab. And this would say on-time rate, not on time or early. And I have a nice needs improvement. It's been sitting like this for as long as I can remember. That's how you're going to know if you have this. Yes. And here's our initial verdicts. I have questions, especially about the extreme lateness. And you know what? I'm going to look this up right now for you too, because I want to see the verbiage from DoorDash about extreme lateness, because I want to get clarification about extreme lateness. Let's follow this together, and then I'll give you my initial verdict. So here's extreme lateness. Okay, here we go. Here's 20 minutes. Okay, Okay, yep. Dashers who repeatedly arrive, it's either one, at the merchant or customer significantly after estimated arrival times are eligible for deactivation, as noted in our agreement. One contract violation does not constitute grounds for deactivation. It has to be repeated. And then they say, a delivery is considered late. This is extreme lateness, folks. This is a contract violation. When the amount of time taken to travel to the merchant and or the customer, i.e. 20 minutes, exceeds the estimated time, taking into account factors outside of your control, i.e. wait time at the merchant. It is not based on the suggested arrival times in the app. Okay. And it is a little confusing because it says it's considered late if you're extremely late to the merchant or customer, and it says exceeds the estimated time but it's not based on the arrival time. Oh, maybe that's because the arrival time is part of the ongoing changing ETA, right? So it's the same thing that we detailed on this new metric. So they say, okay, it exceeds that estimated time on your offer card, but not the app arrival time. Why? Because the arrival time is, I'm guessing, always changing. Maybe, when I click on navigate, it's automatically integrated with Google Maps. That is possibly my arrival time. When I click on pickup and I click on confirm pickup, then it'll say go to Sam's. Expected arrival time is 12:40, right? But the initial estimated time said it was going to take, I don't know, 20 some minutes, right? I get it, a little confusing. I'm still trying to iron this out for you. But anyway, extreme lateness. Now they say here, i.e. 20 minutes. I think that that's just an example. I don't think it's not just like, 20 minutes is an extremely late metric, but it's not like, well, if you're under 20, because they just said you can still get, let's go back to this here. You can still get both violations right here. So you can still be late. It can still be counted as on time though, because you're up to 10 minutes late. But I will try to reach out to DoorDash because that is confusing to me. That you can be late, but it still counts as on time because, right? Hey, where is it? Come on. It's here somewhere. Because literally right here at the bottom, it says deliveries completed up to 10 minutes late may still count as on time. You're late, but it's not counted as late. But then it is counted as late because you can still get a contract violation for extreme lateness. Guys, let me try to get some clarification on that. But okay, initial verdict, I should say, not ultimate verdict, initial verdict here. Pros, I like that we are excluding 10 deliveries for things like traffic, restaurant wait time. I do like that we're using the last 100 because it's the same kind of mirroring to acceptance rate, which is based on the last 100. That gives you more freedom to recover from some late deliveries. Maybe you were delivering during a special event, concert, sporting event, crazy traffic, told me forever to get out of there, and I'm really late because of it. Keep that in mind, by the way, when you're driving in those areas, if it's worth it, if it's super busy. So I like that flexibility. I guess con would be, since it is more liquid now, it's changing more, just like your AR, because it's based on the last 100 deliveries. I do have to be cognizant. I got to be aware of not being late too much. Pro, I could be up to 10 minutes late, and it still counts as on time for this new metric. Con, they didn't tell us, is that always the case? Because it said it may still be counted as on time if you're up to 10 minutes late. Another con, even if you're 10 minutes late and it's counted as on time for this on time rates, you can still get a contract violation, which makes zero sense to me. So we'll have to follow up with that. I feel like they're not gonna want to give you a contract violation unless you're exceptionally late, like 15 minutes, I would hope. But again, we'll see if we can get some clarification there. I'm trying to think of any other announcements. Oh, yes. Pro, we saw updates to showing you more details of what is actually late. So they'll break down right here, they'll break down which deliveries were on time, late, or excluded. I don't think they're going to say delivery from Taco Bell Thursday at 2 p.m. No, they're just going to say like 2 deliveries were excluded. So how can you use that? Then you can look at that to say, okay, this past week, because remember, it's on the last 100 deliveries. The past week, did I get a spike in late orders? Did I get a spike in I was late, but I was excluded? And then you'll need to piece that together. Like, well, that makes sense. Yeah, I was driving during the busy, Steelers game or whatever it is. I was driving during that, super busy concert. That makes sense. I felt like I was late to 3 of them. And I would tell DoorDash this. Here's another thing you could even do. If you're late to a delivery, after the delivery even, you could show an animation, maybe with the pay screen, after you complete the delivery, it shows the pay breakdown. After you click delivered, maybe a little animation that says, hey, this delivery was late, but it was excluded because we determined you were at the restaurant, for an extended amount of time. That is something out of your control. If you think it's beneficial, maybe as a pilot, if it's beneficial would you like that? Would you like to see live after you complete, like, hey, by the way, we want to let you know this one was late. You probably know as well because it took you like longer, but because you were in traffic and obviously they can see, on the road, you're just slammed in traffic. Because of traffic, because of whatever, this won't count against your on-time rates. But I want to hear your thoughts on this. There was a lot of info here. Let me know your thoughts on this. Put your questions in the live chat or the comment section. If you're watching on the replay, right down there in the comment section. I'm going to be in that comment section. I'm going to reach out to DoorDash. I'm going to try to answer as many questions as you can. Pro, con, how do you feel about this? Let me know.